out loud.
There have been no new cases of naturally occurring polio in North America in recent years. Yet there are approximately 12 new cases of polio each year in North America. Okay, so we haven't had new cases of naturally occurring polio in North America have not happened, yet there are approximately 12 new cases. So I would question right now, what's the difference between new cases and naturally occurring cases?
Okay, excellent.
So were caused by the commonly administered live oral polio vaccination. So right now we know that the live vaccine must be causing some cases of polio, since we know that there aren't any new cases of naturally occurring polio. Substantially or substituting inactivity polio vaccine, IPV, for most childhood polio immunizations would cut the number of cases of vaccination-caused polio about in half. So basically, if the inactivated polio vaccine was given to kids, if kids were even then given the oral vaccine later in life, it would cut the cause of polio in half. That to me does not make any sense as a mother, but okay. Clearly, it is time to switch from OPV to IPV as the most commonly used polio vaccine for North America children. Okay. So basically they're saying that if we start to administer IPV instead of OPV, that the cases of polio would be cut in half.
That are caused by vaccination.
Caused by vaccinations, right?
Okay. So
Which as a mom right now, I would go, if there are no new naturally occurring polio in North America, why would I give them either vaccination? But I still have my kids vaccinated on some things, and I'm really having a hard time with what to do with this COVID thing in the future, but that's a whole nother story. Okay.
What is your conclusion here?
So my conclusion would be that if we didn't give them any vaccinations, that we would have less occurrence of polio.
Oh yes, that's your personal conclusion.
Right. And based upon this, I would say the same thing, because it says there are no new cases of naturally occurring polio.
What is their conclusion?
Their conclusion is if you give them IPV, you're going to have less vaccinations than OPV. I mean, you're going to have less polio with IPV than you do.
No, this is their conclusion.
Oh, sorry. I was making it my own conclusion.
You were.
Clearly, it's time to switch, which is the same thing. Clearly, it's time to switch from OPV to IPV as the most commonly used polio vaccination.
So at least this will help you. If true, we're trying to weaken this. So if we're trying to weaken that it's not time, or we're trying to say that it's not time to switch from OPV to IPV.
We would have to discredit IPV.
Excellent.
So we would have to decredit IPV
or show why OPV is significantly better.
Right. One of the two.
And so do we want a strong or weak answer choice?
If true, we want a mild. I mean strong. Sorry.
Strong, because we're trying to weaken it.
Trying to weaken it, right?
Top or bottom up.
I know what I need to be looking for, but for you to tell me strong or weak right now, I'm like, well, wait a minute. It's already a weaken question, so don't we want to strengthen the weaken part of it? I mean,
yeah, we want a strong.
We want it to weaken.
We want to kill it.
So if IPV replaces OPV as the most commonly used polio vaccination, at least a few new cases of naturally occurring polio in North America will result each. That's not very strong. If IPV
okay, and so this is the thing. If something's not very strong, but you think it weakens it, leave it open the first time through.
Okay, I would leave it open because
it makes sense, right? It logically makes sense.
At least a few new cases of naturally occurring polio would happen, which right now we have no new cases. So
we're going to pay attention to that.
If IPV happens, we could have some. So I would leave it. The vast majority of cases of polio caused by OPV have occurred in children with pre-existing but suspected immunome deficiency disorders. Okay, well, we didn't really talk about any type of unsuspected disorders or pre-existing conditions.
Mhm.
So I would pretty much eliminate that one
Yeah,
because
that doesn't strengthen or weaken it. It does nothing.
right. A child's risk of contacting polio from OPV has been estimated at 1 to 8.17 million, which is significantly less than the risk of being struck by lightning. Well, I didn't know that but then we don't know anything about what happens to IPV.
Excellent. There's no comparison. Like, what? How do we know that this weakens OPV? Like, maybe this is still good. I don't know.
Right, so C is out. Although IPV is preferred in some European nations, most countries with comprehensive child immunizations programs use OPV. Right now, I don't know that it's relevant what other countries are doing.
Excellent. We don't care what other countries do. That
Yeah,
doesn't
but
mean we should, like, just because they use it doesn't mean they're right.
I don't think that it's making one stronger than the other. So I would cross that out. IPV, like most vaccines, carries a slight risk of inducing seizures in children with neurological diseases such as epilepsy. Well, the problem is we're still not comparing.
No, perfect.
Okay, so I would be A at a
Yes,
process.
it's a mild. That's why this is a level 5 question, and the reason it's a hard one is because it's such a mild answer choice.
Yeah. Okay, let me see what I put.